All right, everybody, welcome to the OK Roundtable. I'm Kim Sex,
I'm Phot.
And I'm Mort.
and we're here to talk to you about stuff that's going on in the week. And this week has been kind of crazy as far as movie trailers have been concerned. It's literally been like normally you get one, maybe two a week that you want to kind of talk about. You're like, oh, okay, well, this movie's coming out. They dropped this trailer. It has literally been the most busy week I've been like. So WrestleMania was this past Sunday, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So
I definitely knew that ahead of time.
okay, no, WrestleMania was this past Sunday, and Dave Bautista comes out and says, "I am done with professional wrestling." In this same week, he goes, "I'm done with professional wrestling." Like we knew about Guardians, coming up. We knew about Avengers. We knew again. He's been acting. He was in Blade Runner, the new one, and
Right.
we talked about last week what was it called, My Spy, or something. The one where the one with the little girl and where he's a cop and but he has the little girl. Okay,
Yeah.
he has now also they came out with the trailer for Stuber is the name with
Right.
the Camille Nanjiani
Yeah.
buddy comedy where he's a cop again, him in law enforcement. But anyway,
He's got a believable body for it.
true.
Tough guy.
But then there's also another movie that he's in called Killer's Game, where he plays a like John Wick assassin type character. And so he finds out from the doctor that he's terminally ill. And so he puts a hit on himself just because he doesn't want to deal with that shit.
Okay.
And so like he puts this open contract on himself, and then he finds out false positive. It's not a real diagnosis. So now he has to fight off the assassins coming after him that he hired to kill him when he thought he had like a terminal illness. So
Okay.
like the three different movies that he's just like, oh, I'm not gonna wrestle anymore. By the way, here's my full slate of movies coming out soon.
Well, I mean, did y'all see the part of last week tonight with John Oliver that they did on WWE the other day?
Yes, of course, yes.
Yeah. So I mean, if any of that's even remotely true and still true, then I completely understand.
It's completely
When
true.
you get out of wrestling, like I get it.
The only people that are taken care of are people like John Cena who have other avenues through their personality and stuff to make money and to take care of themselves. Like
Right.
the lower ticket people are typically pretty fucked.
Yep. And what Batista's got is enough charisma to carry a lead role. So
I mean, he has the comedic timing. He showed it off a little bit in Drax.
really to watch stuff. I like him a lot.
Oh yeah, it's very
Hot
intriguing.
take.
Hot take. I like Batista. Okay.
Hashtag controversy. We like Dave Batista here.
Hashtag not my Batista. No wait, no. Not all Batistas. How are we making this controversial? How do we turn this? All Batistas matter. Let's figure out a way to figure it out. Just
Topical.
finding a way to do it. All right, we'll figure out a way.
We'll work on that for next time.
But then the other trailers that dropped, what was it? Addams Family, Lion King, and there was the teaser. There was a teaser of Rush Hour 4's coming. It was just
Yep.
it was a picture of Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker doing this. Like how Phot's not joining in on the hands up. Phot,
Phot will not be joining
I
us.
should probably have this window open.
you probably
Yeah.
maybe be here,
Thank you.
part of the conversation. Thank you. Did you watch the Addams Family trailers? Did you watch the Lion King stuff?
I have watched both those.
I have not seen The Lion King.
The-
I haven't seen The Lion King. I haven't seen. Unless there was a new trailer for Adam's Family.
no.
No. I think I've already seen it.
Okay. So yeah,
Didn't we already talk about that?
we brought it up, but it was in our little chat, not really anywhere else. And that's why I don't want to bring it up a lot of stuff that I want to talk about in chat because it becomes like, oh, we talked about that. That's not
Right,
how
because we're friends.
I know, damn it.
Fuck.
But you gotta be able to do it, dude.
I am
Thoughts?
so I don't need the Lion King. I don't need it. I'm not excited for it.
I feel like there was a hot take.
I've seen that movie.
Okay, Jordan Peele. But pish, I got the reference. I know what's going on. I know.
Ooh.
No, there was a very hot take that I saw on Twitter.
Okay.
Where it took what Scar said. Because again, there is some slightly altered dialogue, and I don't know if they're going for more nuance of the problems and not just okay, he's like bad. Because the original Lion King had quite a bit of nuance for Scar, right?
It did.
Like it was the people, like the people in the Shadowlands are starving, and then it goes into further in Lion King 2: Simba's Pride that there's an entire like lion pack there, also starving that were banished by Mufasa. So it's kind of like okay, so there's some depth there. But you hear the speech in the trailer from Scar and from Mufasa and. Sorry, Pride. Oh shit, Lauren's right. Sorry about that. Pride. What did I say? Squad. It was the Lion Squad. All right. I hit up that Lion Squad.
Squad Rock.
It was Squad Rock, dude. Down on Fraggle Rock. Scar says like some people have everything and like some people live on scraps or something like that, right? So it's kind of like this hero of the oppressed.
Right.
And then here's Mufasa saying like, "Listen, bitch, we rule everything. It's pretty nice up here, but like shit goes in cycles, so like be careful. But like, yeah, this is all ours." And it's kind of like,
Right.
so one side is saying like, while they live in abundance, we live off scraps. Like we want to fight for like more. What is the word? Equity, more equilibrium, more egalitarian.
Equity, I think, is a good one.
Meanwhile, Mufasa's kind of like, it's so amazing being at the top, and who gives a fuck?
Right.
It's like,
It's pretty great here.
long live the
Because-
monarchy, the hierarchy system. We're at the top. Fuck everybody else. Like this is how.
Fuck you guys.
And like he's supposed to be like the on the protagonist side to be like, fuck yeah, dude, we rule everything. And Scar's like, can we get food? Is that cool? If like. If everyone kind of lives equally, no,
Can we have
fuck
some?
you. Like, so I'm kind of like, if they start making it more nuanced to where Scar seems like he has even more of a point into what he's doing, he just ended up running a bad regime and there was a drought when he took over. Because that's what I feel like happened. Like, there's nothing that they could have done that, like, prevented that drought. And then, like, oh, Simba comes back. Rain shows up and the drought's over. How the fuck?
Right. Like how convenient.
How convenient that he just happened to come back and rain happened. Like it's such
Like,
a
so
fucking...
Simba's a wizard and he's been stopping the rain?
Him not being
That's
here has been a
weird.
problem apparently.
I don't remember that being part of the Lion King. I don't like the way they've changed the Lion King, guys.
They've really modernized
The
things.
inclusion of the plot line where Simba's a dark wizard just is not keeping my attention. I'm sorry, I'm not here for it.
It's kind of like it's so weird. It's just weird. It's weird that they're gonna make like him way more relatable, and like it reminds me of everyone kind of understanding the Vulture in Spider-Man: Far From Home, where it's kind of like, oh man, like nah, dude, he got fucked by the government, and like he's doing what he can to feed his family and keep the same style of living. Same with his workers, keep people employed. Like like, go Spider-Man? Question mark?
Yeah.
I guess Spider-Man's cool, like, too, I guess. Shit, like, you made me fucking care about something. I'm a little fucking freaked out.
Right.
But yeah, Addams Family, animation style, thoughts?
I'm fine with it.
Question
I'm not.
mark?
Yeah.
I'm
question
pretty like.
I was unsure at the start of the trailer, and by the end of it, I was okay. so I think I'll be okay with it by the time it actually comes out. It might be more polished by the time it comes to. I mean, this is still pretty early, I'm sure.
It seems pretty early.
So like, I'm not stressing it yet. But like, I like Adam's Family. It's a beloved and cherished property from my childhood, and I kind of don't want them to fuck it up.
I mean, it's kind of one of those things where even if they did fuck it up, give it
It'll
another
be
3
fine.
years. Give it another 3 years. Do another take. They'll do
Well,
another
like
take.
fucking it up now doesn't like ruin it for me from what I remember. Like going back and watching, I don't think like values won't see suddenly bad because I did a bad one now. It's fine. Just like I don't know if this one will be good or not, but I have you know.
Because the only time that's ever happened, and you can agree or not, the only time that's ever happened is I watched Fury Road, and now Road Warrior doesn't seem as good.
Yeah.
Like it basically took Fury Road and said, it took Road Warrior and said, I'm gonna have a budget now, and I'm like better artistically, like so I'm gonna totally stylize the fuck out of this and do it bigger with money. Let's do it. And it's like, all right, now you go back and watch Road Warrior, and I'm like, this is still good, but this is pretty quaint. It's like this is
it's okay. It's kind of fun. I don't know. I tried to watch the old Mad Maxes recently, and it was tough.
I think it's
tough
tough.
To see more of Fury Road.
It's tough recontextualizing something, especially when Mel Gibson's in it.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the problem is.
It's hard for me to want to root for Mel Gibson. Oops.
I know Phot loves Mel Gibson. That's why he's laughing right now.
Yeah, he's a huge Mel Gibson fan. I don't know if you guys knew this.
He sat there and has, a Mel Gibson tattoo on his ass. He has Mel Gibson on one side and then Donald Glover on the other, and then when he squeezes his ass cheeks, they kiss. That's it? About nothing to that? I'm gonna agree, disagree.
Phot's got
holy crap!
Right now.
No comeback.
Holy crap, dude!
No clap.
It's true.
There's nothing. It's just true. Got it. Jesus. Okay, Rush Hour 4. Did we need another Rush Hour?
So super hot take. I didn't really love the Rush Hour series to begin with.
I think 3 was awful.
I honestly don't even remember anything from Rush Hour anymore.
It
I
was
think
just
I saw
never a big
2,
deal for me.
like twice, and that was it.
I had 2 copies of Rush Hour 2, and I don't know how I got the second one, but check this out. The covers are inverted. Like, one has Chris Tucker on the left side, and then one has Chris Tucker on the right side, and then, like, the DVDs that it came with it were inverted of that. So, like, I feel like someone fucked up when producing these DVDs somehow, to where it made, like, 2 versions, and, like, the ones didn't match the cover. I was just like, what the fuck happened to this fucking movie? But no, I think the only thing you'd probably remember is, like, memes of it. Like don't ever touch the car, don't touch a black man's radio. Like,
I don't even remember that.
There's really not much to remember.
Yeah, it's...
Because it was a subpar Jackie Chan movie with some Chris Tucker comedy. Like, and
right.
Chris
I'd
Tucker...
rather just go watch Drunken Master 6 times.
Right, like, he has way better movies, more competently directed action movies. And everyone knows that the combination that seemed to work better for some reason was putting that shit in the Wild West, and you had Shanghai Noon and Shanghai Nights.
Right.
Like, it was
right.
just,
Much better.
even if they...
And Jackie Chan's got kind of his own issues, too, which makes it kind of tough.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things where you start contextualizing things as an adult, and you see people's political leanings, and then, like, some of the statements they make, and it's like, like, this is one of those things where you have to recontextualize it. You have to. And you either got to be accepting of it. Like, I can still watch Hercules and then enjoy the performance of James Woods as Hades. but still think that he's a piece of shit. Like, it's one of those things
Yeah.
where I'm like, it's still such a good performance and this and that. Like, okay, Jackie Chan's very pro-China, but he is from China. He's Chinese. It makes 100% perfect sense.
His hatred of his son too. Like, there's some real issues there.
I mean, it's always framed in a more, what's the word? Like, middle of the road kind of way. It's like, I'm not going to give him anything. And they're like, why not? It's like, I gave him the best education. I gave him the best upbringing. He never needed for anything. He never had to starve. He never struggled. I gave him the highest jumping point, something that I never had when I was his age. I'm giving him the highest point to jump off of. He should be more successful than me. But it's like, dude, you went into entertainment, though. Like, entertainment has the potential, like, you grabbed onto an audience and took off, and you know, working with your stunt crew, that those guys aren't going to be in the same, like, boat of entertainer as you. It's kind of unfair to say, like, you got it. Like, no, even the people who do the same shit that you did aren't going to be in the same, like, boat. Like, I don't know. It's just kind of weird. It's one of those things where it's like, as we talked about in the previous podcast, it's problematic.
It is problematic. That's once again the word of the day.
Word of the day, problematic. To sit there and think about people's beliefs and how they, I don't know, it's just weird. It's just weird.
It's
Okay.
just hard. It's hard to navigate shit sometimes.
It really is. But, so, have you guys prepared for Endgame at all? Have you done any prepping for Endgame? Have you watched any of the older movies? Have you watched some recaps? Do you just know MCU like I do so fucking much that you've watched them over and over again, you've internalized them? Like Phot, I don't even know that you've seen it. Remember? Do you know
No,
anything?
I haven't seen Captain Marvel yet, and I feel like I need to watch that.
You
I
do.
just haven't had.
Look at that face.
Yes, you do.
That face. That face was perfect. I don't know. That was a great face. As soon as he heard that, he was like fucking angry.
Like, just why? No, you need to. You really need to. And I know I watched Thor Ragnarok the other day just on a whim. It was fun. I still like it. It's still my favorite Thor movie.
That's another movie I need to go back and rewatch.
Yeah,
Because
for sure.
when I saw it, I was half asleep.
Oh no, you need to watch it for real.
Now I'm confused. Like how? That movie is
Ugh.
so fucking jam packed. Was it just you being so tired?
I saw the movie at like 12 a.m. in the morning, and before then we went to Korean barbecue, and I was, oh my god, it was.
So you had the itis going in. And you're just like,
Yeah, like I was struggling to stay awake, and then I had to drive everybody home.
you can't have the itis, dude. You can't go into the movie theaters, especially a long movie theater. Like you can't do that for Endgame for sure. It's 3 hours
No,
long.
you have to
No,
prep.
no, I'm genuinely
Like I'm going on a liquid
yeah.
fast, like 3 hours before the movie. Like we're not getting any snacks or drinks. Like we are going dry through it because I am not going. to the bathroom.
Wasn't there another like TV spot for it?
Yeah, but I'm trying to avoid them.
Maybe.
I'm trying my best to
Yeah.
avoid them because there's some stuff that's spoiled.
One.
Yeah, like
saw
I
one,
actually
and
kind
then
of wish
the other
watched
one
Star
I
Wars
kind
trailer
of
at
heard
this
like
point.
the beginning of it, and I'm just like, okay, I don't want to.
I'm out. Like holy crap! Like it's so ridiculous how you don't want to be spoiled. Like you really don't. Like, you just don't want to be spoiled.
You don't.
Especially for something like that, and like people are kind of like, "Who cares? It's just a movie." I'm like, it's not about caring or not. Like I do like to go into things blind. There are some things I like to go in knowing everything, but it's one of those things where I went into Infinity War knowing that Far From Home was going to happen, but I knew that before Infinity War even came out. So I knew that there was going to be a Black Panther 2 before Infinity War came out. I'm not sitting there like it was. I can still be invested emotionally and see what happened, but I still know like, okay, well, Spider-Man and T'Challa aren't going to actually go away, but like okay, and then you're just kind of like you just know too much information. You know too much information if you're keeping up.
Yeah.
And as someone who likes to keep up, who wants to talk about stuff that's happening, it's kind of like I still love it, and I get to go in there a little bit more objective. But when I still want to see something, I still just don't want to be spoiled by it. Like I hate the people who do all these like trailer reactions. Like who gives a shit? Who gives a fuck?
People still do that shit.
Oh, dude. Well, we'll talk about that once we get to Star Wars. Holy shit! Because today has been it's been nutty. But
I have one mild hope that Star Wars isn't completely ruined, but it's mild at this point. Like,
okay, like so
uh,
to kind of bundle it all together.
Movie trailers.
No, Disney. So Disney just announced their Disney Plus streaming service, right?
Oh yeah.
they did.
And it's what was the phrase that you used, Nick? Unfortunately affordable.
That's
Like it's like okay. Question: Are you guys gonna get it?
well, yeah. It's $8.
7.
Like
Maybe just to watch.
after taxes, we have to pay taxes in Alabama. I don't know about y'all, but
Oh fuck! I don't.
we have to
I
pay
don't.
taxes on it. Wait, really?
Uh,
Man, fuck this shit. I live in Alabama and I have to pay fucking taxes on digital currency shit? Like, really?
Thanks.
Ah.
I didn't know that Alabama was a state that did that. I know that they were wanting to do that in
Yeah.
Illinois.
Yeah. No, fuck this shit, man. I'm supposed to live in one of those free states. Fuck this. No, I'm out.
I mean, who collects that tax? Who's that tax for? The state?
Yeah, Alabama collects it. It goes straight to them. I pay so much fucking taxes in Oh my god. Oh my god.
That one seems a little strange though, because I feel like I understand why they want to.
It's
Like,
to recoup the losses of not paying sales tax for local purchases. It's like, okay, well, you're still taking advantage of the roads because they're still shipping stuff to you, so you're still occupying the road. You're not paying gas tax now because you're not driving.
no, I
And
understand. I
I'm like,
understand the
okay,
Amazon
that
delivery.
makes some sense, but also fuck you.
I understand the desire to do Amazon things, but here's the thing: you could just have Amazon pay taxes.
You could.
Like that would be
Could.
great.
But guess how much taxes they paid?
0. Boo, 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 boo. How nice. Meanwhile, my tax return didn't get, shit. So that's awesome. That's
I actually got a good one from the state because it takes so much in taxes from me, and I'm, still not poor, pretty close.
like it's one of those things where, cool, I guess. That billion-dollar company didn't have to pay a fucking dime. And
Yep.
we're streaming on their service. Fantastic. No taxes. Thank you.
Using them doesn't.
No shit. It's just a little dumb. It's just a little dumb. Anyway, so Disney announced their streaming service, Disney Plus, $7. And Phot, are you gonna get it?
I'll probably get it just to watch. I don't know, like there's the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
They
show.
just announced
maybe,
that.
Yeah, like maybe I'm probably gonna pay for just 1 month to watch all of that, and then
I mean, the content
so-
offered is gonna be good.
It's a lot. It's all their Disney movies. I
Yeah, how many times can I
half of
watch?
all of American culture is under the Disney, umbrella at this point.
they have all Fox's stuff, so which means they own all of FX. So I wouldn't be surprised if It's Always Sunny gets put there. Because they're owned by the same corporation, I believe.
Was
I don't-
FXX
I don't
thrown in there
watch.
too?
It's
I
Always Sunny.
I think so.
Okay. I really can't remember either way on it, to be honest.
Right, but it's hard. It's hard to really. It says Disney also now owns former Fox television networks such as FX networks and National Geographic partners. So I'm assuming if they have FX, they have FXX. That would be my understanding.
Maybe I don't fucking know, dude. Too complicated.
Like I honestly don't think that FXX is like an entirely separate entity. It's just
Too complicated.
It's kind of like ESPN. ESPN 2 is going to come with it if you're buying that shit. Like, you're going to get the Ocho. Trust me. You're getting the Ocho.
Which, speaking of the Ocho, not even Dodgeball is problematic to watch. It's got fucking Lance Armstrong.
Does it?
Everything's getting ruined.
Wait, what do you
Yeah.
mean? Like, he's playing?
No, like the Dodgeball the movie.
Oh, I thought you meant... Oh, Jesus Christ. I
Like
thought...
going back and watching it, like
I
everything
thought,
has some weird quirk to it now.
It's actually kind of funny because the fact that it's one of those don't cheat kind of speeches that he gives as well. Like, don't be a cheater.
Yep. Yeah, he talks himself up. He brags, like kind of a humble brag, but like still bragging about yourself in a movie when you cheated.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. So it's gonna be a crazy thing because they can also stream everything, right? If they're gonna have it all together, are they gonna have ESPN stuff on their streaming service? Like, they're gonna have all the movies.
I hope ESPN just goes ahead and dies already. Like, we'll be better off for it not being around.
I mean, but it has the backing of Disney, so that's gonna be a long shot, if I'm honest.
Yeah, but
Just
everyone's
put it
trying to go
all on
around
Twitch.
them.
What?
I just want people just put it all on Twitch so I can watch the Dodgers lose another World Series
Yeah, just let me be able to buy the fucking
and I can
Reds
just
games.
sit there with Twitch and laugh about it.
Like, I don't even get to listen to the Reds radio without paying a fortune for it, and I can't watch any of their games ever. Can I just watch the fucking Reds, please?
It does seem strange in this era of monetizing everything that you
Some
can't-
things are still unavailable. There's no reason anything
Yeah.
should be unavailable. Like, it's just there's no reason for it anymore. We're past that.
like I can watch college football and college games much more easily and much more readily available than major franchises. Like that's very strange. I can watch my local where I went to school, which is a what is it, double A? I believe what is Temuco? Double A, I think. I can watch their games very easily online. Very easily. They have their crews out there filming and broadcasting that shit, and you can watch that shit. But you can't get the Reds? That's crazy. And
I agree, sir.
like that is a major franchise. They should have that shit figured out. They need to get on that. Like, I don't know. It's sports ball, my dudes. Sports ball. I know Phot's favorite topic, along with politics.
Well, I would watch the Dodgers game if I didn't have to.
But to say, Phot actually cares about some baseball stuff. Like that's a real thing for him.
That LA
my
life, dude.
family's a huge like baseball family. My dad, everyone in my family is all about the Dodgers, so I kind of just get bundled up with it. I just think it's hilarious that they've made it to the World Series like what 3 times already, and every time they've choked.
It's a real shame. It's a fucking shame.
So like they'll make it this year, and I'm just like I wonder how they're gonna fuck it up this time.
We'll see. You don't have Yasuo Puig anymore, so that's one way to possibly fuck it up.
True.
And I'm really happy about that because
Yeah, because now he's just starting fights and
he's everything I've
Cincinnati.
ever wanted in Red. Like he punches pirates, he hits home runs. I'm here for it. Let's go.
Except you can't watch the games.
I can't watch it. I can watch the replays later. So, I get to live vicariously through the Reds. I don't get to watch them.
So I don't know if you guys saw the little video that the Simpsons kind of put out about the merger, about the brand synergy, like kind of shit, like
Fucking gross.
So here's Homer. Like they're all like it's the whole family. I'm gonna set it up for you. It's the whole family. To one side is a statue of Bob Iger, and I can hear myself. Think through Phot.
It's definitely through Phot because I don't even have speakers on this right now.
Like it's got to be through Phot. There's no way it's not.
wait, what?
I'm pretty sure I can hear myself through you. Anyway,
How?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out, my dude. Like I don't understand. But anyway, so on one side it's Bob Iger, and I think the other side is Mickey Mouse. I honestly, I think I don't know.
I saw like
No, Darth Vader. It's Darth Vader. Darth Vader on one side and Bob Iger on the other, and they're all holding Disney like the mouse ears, and here's Homer going like, "All right, guys, we're here. We're finally on Disney. Now everyone put on your hats." And Bart's like, "No, I don't want to." He's like, "Put on your hat." He's like, "Oh, fine." And so like he puts on the TV, and he puts on the hat, and then like there's Lisa, and then like Marge puts it on her hair and squeezes it down, and then it just like flies through, like it pops off, and then it's just like finally now we can have all of the corporate like tie-ins in the center, and it's like ha 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 ha. And then it just kind of like, welcome Disney, welcome Simpsons. And I'm like, this feels very like, it's intentionally awkward. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, there's no way they liked that. There's no way that they were totally for it.
I mean, so Fox as a like entertainment division was always really cool with their shows fucking around and insulting Fox. Like Futurama did it when they came back. They did the whole Fox network executives, Torgo's executive powder bit, course of like the next 12 hours of Futurama content. Family Guy did it. I mean, everybody's taking a shot at Fox as an entertainment division, so that's not really unusual.
But they're not Fox anymore.
But I mean, it's
presumably
the same people currently.
How will
fired tomorrow?
How will Disney overall like handle that sort of level of snark? Like they have a particular brand. Like this is going to be an interesting experiment because they do now have Family Guy and The Simpsons under their umbrella, and it seems like that. Are they gonna have the same creative freedom? I'm sure they're gonna try, because I know that with the MCU there was a lot of worry about like, are they gonna have the same kind of freedom? And we know exactly what happened when the whole James Gunn issue came up. Like how Disney reacted. Everyone on Marvel was just like, take a step back, like let them be stupid.
A complete misfire.
Yeah, they let them be stupid. Don't make a big deal. We want this Fox merger to go through. And then like they said nothing. The Fox merger went through, and then they're like, okay, we've evaluated it. We've talked behind the scenes, and Kevin Feige is just like this, like he's just there, like bide our time, be patient. We'll get James Gunn back. He's the only director for this movie. He's the only one that can do it.
I mean,
we're not. That's not wrong. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Like at this point, you made such a big deal about it. Like, oh my.
And that's.
We don't have enough time to talk about that.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't make a big deal. Marvel, shut the fuck up. Except for Batista, who was like, "Fuck you! I'll do what I want. Bring him back." And that's why we all love him. That's why we love him. Because that's the kind of person that he is. Hashtag Team Batista. It's crazy that everything's kind of falling back into place, and then they get this fucking merger, right? And you're like, fuck. I feel like this is too much. Too much is under that umbrella. Way too much.
Antitrust issues.
And Bob Iger apparently came out recently, and I mean very recently, today.
Came out?
And said that he was going to be stepping down as CEO in 2021.
I thought you meant came out. I was
No.
like...
For what?
I was like, wait a minute, what?
He's the CEO of Disney. He's been the CEO since 2005. He took over... what was his name? The guy who brought back direct-to-video, or who did direct-to-video and did the Disney Vault thing. Come on, Michael Eisner. That's who it was.
Oh, right.
Michael Eisner made purchases such as the Go Network because he didn't understand the internet really at the time, and thought that it would be like the next like search engine. He thought that he would be the one. That's why Go.com. If you go to any Disney site, like if you book your tickets for Disney, it'll be at Go.com and stuff. Disney.go.com. It's because they bought that thinking that was going to be the next kind of like big internet thing, that everything's going to go through Go.com. But they didn't know how to develop it. They didn't know what the fuck to do with it. And now that's just why their website is like, you want to go to ABC? It's abc.go.com. Like, because they bought a huge fucking network. And yeah, so he made a lot of purchases. There was a lot of misfires, and there's a reason why their stock never took off as crazy as it has under Iger. Iger took Eisner's crazy philosophies about, we're not here to entertain you, we're here to make money. He took that and like directed it much more sharply and much more like efficiently. Cause like Eisner was the kind of guy who like he didn't want to do the Disney Vault, bringing back the old movies, and so they started with like Dumbo and what was the other one? Cinderella, I think. I forgot what the first ones were, but they came out and they sold out. They sold out immediately, and he was just like, he was like, "Oh fuck, I might have okay." So that's why the '90s had such a boom since he took over, and I think like '89. Like the '90s had such a huge boom of Disney videos, Disney home video, home video, home video, home video. Just throw it out there, and they made tons of money. But then again, he made crazy, not bad, but sort of not as smart. And then here comes he steps down in 2005, and Bob Iger shows up, and Bob Iger was his fucking little protege. So Bob Iger comes in, and he's like, "I'm gonna take your philosophies, but I'm gonna invest bigger and smarter." And that's why under him, he was like, "We're doing live action remakes." And everyone was like, "What? Like we're gonna do what?" It's like, "Yeah, we're gonna do some reimaginings and stuff. We're gonna do some live action stuff." And that's where you get the live action remakes that we have today, like the Cinderella movies, like all that stuff that was like kind of testing the waters to kind of get you in there. And then now we have Beauty and the Beast stuff. People respond to that. People like that for some fucking reason. That's why we have the live action Lion King and the Jungle Book and all that, because Bob Iger was like, this is the kind of direction we want to go. And the general audience just seemed to be like, cool, yeah, I'd like to see that, sure. And then Iger was like, we're buying Marvel. And people were like, what? Like, yeah, we're buying Marvel, their entire movie division and everything. And they're like, okay.
That was a really smart decision.
And they did it. And then they're like, Bob Iger's sitting there just being a fucking, we're buying Star Wars. We're going to buy Star Wars. Like, and everyone's like, are you sure? It's going to be billions of dollars. Yep. Let's just drop.
I don't feel like Star Wars was probably as hard of a sell, though.
I mean, it's still a $4 billion purchase.
Oh, it's expensive, but I feel like you can at least like sell it easier.
I mean, but you see where that one, it could be sort of a, not necessarily a misstep, but who they had in charge. They didn't have a Feige. They bought Marvel. Marvel still had Feige, who could sit there and be like, I'm gonna helm this ship and I'm gonna run this fucker right. And I have this vision. There was no vision for Star Wars. There was no vision pre Episode 7, and they didn't have one even post Episode 7, because they brought in J.J. Abrams. He had his weird fucking mystery box thing. Had no idea what he like. He just left it there. Didn't leave any plans for the next to follow up. He just had a lot of like, who knows? Someone could take over and do something. And then Rian Johnson comes in and says like, fuck all your expectations and just. And then now you see the new trailer and J.J. Abrams is back, and you're just kind of like, okay, this clearly wasn't what you were going with in the Force Awakens, so let's see how you fix it, I guess. But yeah, Bob Iger has been the kind of guy who's, again, he bought Marvel, he has bought Star Wars, and now he bought Fox. Like, he's investing huge, and it is paying dividends literally in a major way. And it's kind of like weird to see, because Eisner never had that kind of success. A lot of his purchases just did. Euro Disney was an Eisner fucking idea, like, and everyone's like, "You."
That one wasn't great.
You know that they have real castles over here, right? Like, they actually have shit. They don't have to sit there and be like, "Oh, let's go see this fake castle. This is the only castle we got over here." No. Theirs were real. Theirs were huge, and there's actual history there. It's their fairy tales. What do you
right?
Like, it's their they're their folklore that you just Disneyfied, and Americans were like, cool, like, because they might not have been exposed in the same way that other cultures would have, especially in Europe. Like, I don't know. Eisner made a lot of missteps as CEO. Iger has been fucking on fire. So yeah, he came out to say that he is going to step down in 2021. So
I guess
That-
he wants to end on a high note.
He's actually going to run for president on the Democratic primary. So
He might. Wouldn't be surprised. No, because who's not? Who isn't? Who's not? Who's not going to be there? No, because I think that he said that he wants to have a smooth transition as possible. He wanted to announce it now, have 2 years essentially to find a successor, lay out a ground plan, like literally roadmap the next few years, especially post Fox merger. Like where are we going with these properties? What are we doing with all that? How do we incorporate things like the fucking Simpsons into the Disneyland and Disney World parks? Like, are we opening up another? We're hitting Simpsons World? What the fuck are we doing?
which is weird because there was a Simpsons ride at Universal Studios for a long time. I don't know if it's still there or not, but there was a Simpsons ride there. So that would be weird.
I don't remember a Simpsons episode in Universal.
Yeah, there was it was the roller coaster that's like not actually a roller coaster, but it's just a machine that like lifts you up and shakes a lot. Yeah, it was that. Well, you're in California. Maybe is there a Universal in California?
Universal Hollywood.
Universal Hollywood.
No, Universal Florida.
This is Universal Florida, though. It's called.
Florida.
It's literally called the Simpsons Ride at Universal Studios Florida.
Is it really called the Simpsons ride?
It's called the Simpsons Ride TM.
That's why I couldn't remember the name because there isn't one.
It's the Simpsons Ride TM.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Simpsons Ride in Orlando, though? Hell yeah. In Hollywood, though? Hell no.
No. Like, wait, I guess. Have you ever been to Disneyland?
I had been to Disneyland. I recently got a picture posted of me.
I've been to Disney World because
I've been to Disneyland, but not World.
World, baby. 301. Big old marsh.
Last time I went to Disneyland was for grad night.
Nice. Last time I went to Disney World, it was with my father and his mistress. So, rest in peace, Dad.
You did it. All right. I'm gonna put a picture over.
It's a true story. Folks.
Over my cam.
Okay.
For our audio listeners, you'll have to probably check it out. I'm gonna share a picture of me. From when I was in Disneyland. I don't remember when the last time I was in Disneyland, but it's me when I was in Disneyland.
In California, Disneyland?
Yeah, okay, Disneyland. There's Disney World and Disneyland, my dude. Okay?
Excuse me.
There's a difference.
There is sort of kind of a difference.
Can we just have that for the rest of the podcast?
We can.
So
and just zoom in and out.
For those listening on audio,
About to rock.
It's me. I think maybe 9 years old. I am rocking the bowl haircut. It's definitely after Small Soldiers came out, so we gotta find out what year Small Soldiers came out. Because I'm wearing a Small
99.
Soldier 99. Okay, so it's definitely at
Not that I know that offhand, but I think it's 99.
Is it though?
I think it is.
Let's find out real quick. But I'm wearing a Small Soldiers t-shirt, and I am standing and looking at the camera with such 98.
Oh, fuck.
With such insane confidence, and I am just working that camera. I am working that camera. I am working the angle. Like I have my body at a 3/4 profile.
He's working it, girl.
I mean, look at it. I'm at a 3/4 profile. It's a 3/4 profile, and I'm looking straight at the camera. I have my chin down. Like it is fucking
I'll give
perfect.
It to you.
It's fierce, dude. I haven't been that fierce since then.
Ever since.
Like look.
You lost it. That moment.
Look at
peak.
That's peak fierce, dude. That is peak fierceness, and that has never left. That's never gone away. That right there, it just hasn't. I'm talking about my spare tire around me. That's just me. That's just life. That's just my life. And of course, my brother's rocking the Rugrats t-shirt because again, it was 90. At least 98, probably 99.
Can you zoom in on your face real quick, please?
Okay.
Because, folks, that's the same expression. Nothing's changed. There's just a beard there now. That's it. You know, the bowl cuts changed a little bit, not as much as it really should have, but a little bit.
I mean,
But the
I
face,
don't have bangs anymore, dude. I'm not Bangs
but
McGee no
the
more.
face is it, man. Like, can we cut back to you real quick? Like, really, real you, current you. The fake you can wait. Can we see the real you? And back. Look at it. Look at it. It's the same face, guys. Come on. Look at that. It's identical.
It's just crazy. It's just all nonsense. But yeah, it's weird that we brought up Disneyland. That's me at Disneyland, and of course I'm still rocking the branded T-shirts of the things that I
tees.
like. Yeah, the graphic tees. That's just me in a nutshell right there. Graphic. But yeah, so speaking of all the mergers and shit though, Star Wars. This is gonna be a spoiler, not filled, but it's gonna have a little bit of spoilers because we're gonna talk about what the fuck. So if you don't want to talk,
if you're live, get out, and if you're watching the video, skip to the top of the screen.
Or if you're listening on audio, I'm sorry.
We'll cut it in time, maybe.
I might, but it's just
Maybe.
by the time you get to it, you'll probably have already seen it because I don't know how long it's gonna take for it to actually upload to the audio. I need to find out how long the RSS feed actually takes on every site. But yeah, the Star Wars teaser dropped today, and now getting all that stuff behind it, where J.J. Abrams is back, and it's like, okay, I can see what you're doing.
Can you?
In a sense, yes. But the title of it fucking annoys me.
Well, okay, so again, super spoilers, but like, Palpatine?
Yeah, Palpatine's back, guys.
Was that the guy laughing?
Yes,
Yeah!
yes, you can tell the Palpatine laugh.
And just to be sure,
They confirmed it.
Ian McDermott was there and popped up on stage when they first debuted it, and was like, "Yep, like it is absolutely Palpatine." Now, if it's Force Ghost or clone or what, who fucking knows? But like, really, like, okay. So my only hope here is that this is like a Hail Mary by Abrams to kind of wrap this whole shit up, because it's a train without a station. Like, he got handed the reins on a project that was like half finished and not remotely thought out.
But he started the whole lack of thought.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess it's fair that he gets stuck with it, but like, I'm sure he assumed somebody would take up the reins and be like, okay, cool, we'll fill in the blanks and go from there, and nobody really did. So we're back to him. And like, I don't know, man. I have Star Wars fatigue, I think.
Well, they recently announced. They recently announced that after Episode 9, there's going to be a halt on Star Wars properties. And that's why I say that I feel like, as much of a surefire thing as it might have been, in a sense, they definitely did not have someone at the helm to sit there and think about a plan, to see, here's how we're going to do our movies, here's how we're going to do our properties, because they still haven't, at least as it stands, they still are okay with EA being the only people who develop fucking Star Wars games. And that's why we haven't had anything, because they keep on... EA buys the studios, puts them to work on something, has unrealistic expectations, they don't meet them, and then so they fire everybody, and then the game gets canceled. It's happened at least 5 times, I think? I don't know. But like, EA has completely devoured game studios over Star Wars properties. And you can see what happened with fucking Battlefront 1 and 2 just being complete shit shows of microtransactions and trying to monetize the fuck out of every little thing you do. The only other thing that's on the slate that's actually going forward is the thing that's being worked on by Respawn Studio, the people behind Titanfall, Titanfall 2, and Apex.
That one I'm really excited about too. A single player
game.
Respawn. Sign me the fuck up. Charge me whatever you want. I don't
Holy
care.
shit!
My body's ready.
Made by Respawn too, of all.
Respawn is a... oh my god.
They've earned the trust, and yeah, let's go.
Let's do it.
totally.
If this is the reason why they had to be like, if they pivoted towards Apex, they knew they'd have to be having resources to the Star Wars game. Fine, I'll wait for Titanfall 3, especially if you're going to deliver me a great campaign. Like I was just talking about the Titanfall 2 campaign before we started. Love that campaign. Like if you're going to give me that level, even if it's still like a 10-hour game, 20-hour game, give me that fucking experience.
Any single player Star Wars at this point. We don't have a remastered KOTOR. We haven't any continuation of the At least give me something, anything.
Like give us a Force Unleashed 3. Sure.
Just give me a remastered KOTOR. Do you want all the money? You want all of it?
Give me KOTOR 1 and 2 as a and all the deleted stuff, all the stuff they've been modding and putting back into the game, all the lost content as one package. You sell that as a $60 game, I'm in. Sure. You
sell it as a $100 game, I'm in. I don't care. You get to name your price with that. I will pay whatever it is. Just do it.
Like what did they release? Just a picture, right?
Yeah,
a poster. Yeah, it was just like a little mini teaser where it's like a bust up lightsaber and there's like a rune behind it and it's all like ashy and
You're here for it.
Ashy Larry. No, but yeah, I'm here for it. I'm here to rock it, to win it, to play it. I'm just Jesus Christ. It's such a shit show that they've had with the Star Wars property, and the fact that they are going to be halting the movies for a little bit, put a little hold, shows that they've mismanaged the numbered properties like Solo, Rogue One, all that stuff is not really performing as it should. Because they have no plan. There's no overarching anything. They wanted to follow the fucking Marvel formula the way that DC did, the way Warner Brothers did, but without someone at the helm. Like if you would have had, hey, J.J. Abrams, you need to stop whatever you're doing and you're just helming this, it would have been completely different. Like I need you to have an overarching vision of what this trilogy is going to be. Like I need something. Because like the fly by your pants shit that happened with the original trilogy is literally lightning in a bottle. It'll never happen again. You need to sit there and think about it.
It's true.
Like it's just not gonna happen. You're not gonna have Irving.
Lucky, really.
What, Irving Kirchner? You're not gonna have him back. He's not gonna sit there and save your fucking sequel. Like he can't. Like you got Ryan Johnson who's gonna subvert your expectations. Like cool.
What's he do?
Which he did, I guess. But yeah, so the trailer was just like, okay, and then the name is The Rise of the Skywalkers.
Rise of Skywalker. Rise of the Skywalker.
Okay, thoughts on the name? Does it make sense to you?
Aren't they all dead?
Well, fucking Palpatine's back. So I mean, in the intro, you hear Mark Hamill basically doing a slight Joker impersonation. It really feels like, and him saying like, "People are in your heart. They don't ever truly leave." Like, and I feel like that's a kind of half line towards the fact that we lost Carrie Fisher, but like she'll always be in your heart. Like inside, like fuck, she is in this movie thanks to unused footage and CGI, and it's like. And then you're bringing Palpatine back. Was fucking Vader flying the goddamn TIE fighter? Like, what else are we bringing back? What else are we gonna just dredge up from the fucking depths of this franchise?
General Grievous.
Like, I'm just tired of Star Wars. Like, and y'all know I'm a big Star Wars fan. Like, I want to be excited about this shit, but it's just never good. It's not fun anymore. Star Wars isn't fun. It's just not. And that sucks, because that's the whole point of Star Wars. It's supposed to be a space opera, an epic, and it's not anymore. It's an unintelligible story and bland visuals comparatively. Like shit we've seen before. I don't know. I want to like it, but I just have a hard time.
I mean, think back to 2013, 2014, before Disney buys Star Wars. It's before that.
Okay.
We haven't had a space adventure, space opera thing in a long time. 2014 rolls around. Here's this unknown property called Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's unknown to the majority of people. I know there are fans, people have known them. There was a different iteration, yada yada yada, whatever. Fuck off. Most people didn't know who the fuck any of these people were. It comes out, they're like, oh, it's a Marvel movie, part of that, but because it's a cosmic story, takes place nowhere near anything that's happened in the last fucking what at that point 6 years of Marvel movies. So it's completely removed. Let's fucking go. And it's like, okay, and people fell in love.
The only connection it had was Thanos, and that was it.
Yeah, pretty much. The only connection was Thanos, and that's because people had only seen him kind of in the Avengers in 2012, and they're kind of like, who the fuck is this? The people who knew were all like, wink, wink, I know. People who didn't were just kind of like, oh, okay, like, so this is the guy we need to build up. Okay, we're building up to him. Got it. Okay, cool. But now we're in this space adventure. We love this. Oh my god, this is amazing. And it does gangbusters. You know what they didn't, if you don't remember, they had a review embargo on Guardians of the Galaxy because they were so unsure about it. Right. They had review embargoes. They didn't do very much advertising. Like they didn't push Guardians as hard as they've done anything else. And it was very strange. And it does amazingly. It puts Chris Pratt in such a high A-list level where he gets Jurassic Park and he gets to do like all this other he just becomes A-lister like overnight.
Basically, yeah.
And it's just like, holy shit, like that movie exploded. And then Disney buys Star Wars, and then they do The Force Awakens, and it's just like, oh, cool. And I feel like The Force Awakens, had that movie come out before Guardians, it would have had a much bigger impact on people, because people were just aching for that level of fucking ridiculousness.
Maybe so.
That's why I think that's why Guardians did so well, because we didn't have anything like that. We didn't have that.
True.
In our lives.
It was a unique thing.
Whoa.
It was kind of a flash in the pan thing too. Like it just happened at the right time.
Thoughts? We had something?
I was just gonna say that it was just like the perfect storm. We haven't had it in a while. Why don't we have it now? And we have it, and it's great. It was good.
I mean, it's kind of like the Pirates of the Caribbean. When the original Pirates of the Caribbean came out, again, there's all this thought of pirate movies don't do well. That's why we don't have any pirate movies, because pirate movies just don't sell. Genre movies don't sell. Okay, genre movies suck. But then you had Ridley Scott do The Gladiator, and it's like, well, fuck, maybe we can go back, because like, it's not the 50s. We can't do Ben-Hur, like that kind of shit.
Can't keep remaking Ben-Hur. Although I guess you can keep remaking A Star Is Born.
Apparently so, because people just don't watch that shit apparently, and they're like, okay.
People forget.
This is like the fourth version of that same fucking movie. I know how it ends. I get it. Like
we've literally seen this movie before.
Like, how let's see. It has to be. Let's see. A Star Is Born 76. Let's see. If there's a wiki of just A Star Is Born, period.
A disambiguation page, probably.
There's every version ranked, okay? Like, there's 1976, 1937, 1954, and 2018. I've seen the movie. I know I've definitely seen the one with Judy Garland. I haven't seen that one in 37. And, I didn't know that Chris Christopherson and Barbara Streisand did the one in 76. I didn't know that.
Okay.
I'll have to watch that. But again, it's one of those things where I've seen it, but like Barbara Streisand can actually sing. There's like when everyone's like, oh, Lady Gaga's singing. Okay, like, okay.
That's the role.
I hope so. Judy Garland can sing too. Can throw that one out there. So I mean, yeah, I've seen the movie. I've seen that movie. Literally, that exact fucking movie I've seen. I know how it goes. I'm okay with it not needing to be remade. But okay, so then Pirates of the Caribbean came out. Michael Eisner didn't fucking want it. Like he was like he apparently said no. He said no a few times, and then he said fine, okay, fine, and so they start working on it, right? And then The Country Bear comes out, and he's like, oh fuck, we can't make a movie about our rides because apparently, remember the Eddie Murphy movie, Haunted Mansion, or whatever the fuck?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Disney does not have a good track record of making movies out of their rides. And so you have the Eddie Murphy movie fucking was shit. Country Bear came out, and that one was fucking destroyed. It was so bad. And so Michael Eisner freaked the fuck out because he's like, oh god, we're doing a fucking pirate movie that's super expensive based on Pirates of the Caribbean ride. Like, oh shit. So he apparently canceled production, and then everyone in the production said, nah, fuck it, let's keep working. And they just kept on doing stuff. So and then Eisner found out about it. And he's like, oh, what the fuck? I told you guys to stop. And they're like, no, let's show you. Like, we're gonna show you what we got. We're gonna show you what we got. And they showed him, and he was like, fine, okay, keep going. Like he was like, okay. But like the entire
maybe this will work.
It might work out. But he was definitely hesitant about it, and it became huge. It was like, holy shit, Curse of the Black Pearl, wow. And it's like, then of course it got shitty by the time we got to the fifth one. But at the time, it was just something you hadn't had in a while. You haven't had a good genre film about pirates in a long fucking while.
That's true. Like, Treasure Planet was the closest thing to a good genre film in the last, 15, 20 years.
Treasure Planet.
Love that movie.
Treasure Planet.
Really good.
You like Treasure Planet, Phot?
Yeah, I did.
I thought it was really great, actually. Laura and I watched it recently.
Can you?
Yeah, there's a bit of background there.
Yeah, those are my little brothers and cousins all
Punch them.
bunched up in front of my room.
Feels bad. But yeah, so I mean, it's just gonna be interesting seeing, because the Disney Plus service is gonna have all that shit. It's gonna have The Simpsons and Star Wars, and all the Marvel movies are gonna be there. Everything's gonna be there. Let's see. Yeah. While he steps away, boom, 2-shot.
Smooth.
It's gonna be interesting because I don't want to get it because I don't like it, just like the same way I don't want to get the fucking DC one, but I feel like Disney now owns so much.
Disney does. They own too much to not do it.
They're gonna have a stranglehold on my balls to fucking get it, and then They made it to where it's affordable because now every parent needs to get it because every Disney thing is gonna be there. Everything. all the Disney cartoons, Mickey's Clubhouse, all that shit, all that Toon Disney shit is gonna be there. And people use Netflix to have kids distracted, but now you can have a dedicated the Disney cartoons in the fucking world is at your fucking
Again, how is anybody not going to pay $7-8 for that? It's just ridiculously affordable for what it is.
It's too good.
I don't like it.
It's fucking genius, dude.
And they're going to jack the price up.
Eventually.
Year tops, and the price will double.
From $7. How much is it? $7 or $8?
$7.
$6.99. So
yeah, it's in
jurisdiction $7-8.
$8 for that guy.
Easy. Hopefully we don't keep upgrading our TVs forever. Can we just cap at 4K so we don't have to keep buying new versions of platforms?
No. Because
what's next?
There was a
8K?
recently no. You say 8K. But no, someone hang on. Because what do you guys have right now? What do you guys?
4K,
1080p.
Okay. Okay. I have no problem with a 4K TV. Or just even running an OLED TV so I can have true black on my goddamn screen. But the problem is, that doesn't matter. Your resolution doesn't matter if streaming and the American internet infrastructure doesn't keep up, because HBO
That's what I'm saying.
HBO Go
You gotta stop.
right now. No, we gotta have the internet infrastructure and the streaming infrastructure catch up to the potential of our current monitors at all. I have no problem with continually get better, but if you don't have an OLED TV, or even if you do, if you have an OLED TV that has just the crispest blacks on the fucking that you can get right now, guess what? It doesn't matter if you're streaming. No, it doesn't matter if you're streaming HBO Go, because HBO Go caps its bit rate that you can fucking stream at. So because it's capped at a particular bit rate while you're getting it, black, because Game of Thrones, it has a lot of blacks in it. It really. If you get the fucking Blu-rays,
You're really careful about saying it that way, though.
they use the color
graphic
black.
designer, I have to be very careful about discussion about the different types of black that appear on screens and how they appear in print. Because if you just say, well, these blacks aren't cooperating the way I want them to, it comes way in Birmingham, Alabama.
True. Okay.
It can be problematic.
It can be problematic. Oh my god.
I wish I wasn't saying this from experience either. But
again, it's one of those things where I get that. I understand that, and shit. But that's not what I mean. But the bit rate that it shows that it doesn't have that same kind of quality in the black. If you get the Blu-ray, when you go into like a dark cave in Game of Thrones, you can see the actual blacks on the screen come out, and the darkness versus the light, huge contrast. If you're streaming it through HBO Go, though, it's a gradient, and it's not a good gradient. It is like, here's one color, this outer ring is another color, and this outer ring is another color, as opposed to it being a very smooth, like, source of light introducing into this area. It's very much blocked, and it can take you out of it if you're someone who has now taken the time to get this 4K or even 8K TV now at this point that we're reaching. Like, because 8K TVs are coming out now. Like,
yeah.
And you got them 75 inches. Like, you get a lot of quality out of that. You're just not going to get it. You're just not going to get what you're trying to get unless you're doing it through a Blu-ray, which doesn't need to stream. There's no bitrate cap. It's just, here's the source kind of thing. So it's definitely an issue of the internet infrastructure and how we get streaming. But I understand, because like the Game of Thrones episodes and are available immediately after the episode airs.
And you can get HBO through other services now, like Hulu. You can just pay an extra fee and get HBO.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
But yeah, so streaming just needs to catch up overall, which is why it's kind of like, okay, I understand for the more casual viewer, it's no big deal, who cares? But I think that there definitely needs to be an upgrade, especially in the American internet infrastructure, to allow that sort of thing. Because if everyone has gigabit internet, everyone has 1,000 down, 1,000 up, it's no longer a special thing. It's just, that's just how it goes, and you can then up the bit rate of everybody, because it allows it is not going to be congested in traffic, you know.
Right.
But I don't know. I got Phot just nodding in agreement. That's it. That's
how Phot do.
I've got like a party of Mexicans hanging out outside my window now.
That's unfortunate, dude.
Yeah, like it seems like they're getting ready to drink and play pool.
That sounds like
Mexican things.
I have my relatives over. That's why.
That's unfortunate. We're gonna need to soundproof your room or move you out. Yeah, do you guys have anything else as far as like like I said, this week was lots of movies, lots of everything.
It was lots of movies. I don't know. Star Wars really took me for a loop. Like I'm just not ready for Palpatine.
Then of course there's like Shazam that came out.
I'm optimistic about Shazam, but I also still haven't seen Man. So
you haven't seen what?
Aquaman. I still haven't seen Suicide Squad. That's how far behind on DC I am because I just don't care.
There's no need.
I still haven't seen Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman was actually worth seeing.
Wonder Woman was really good. Like,
not perfect, but real close. Real close.
I saw like the first 20 minutes of Batman v Superman, and I was just like, no.
Holy crap, dude! I did a whole video on Batman v Superman earlier. Like, if you look through our YouTube channel, I definitely did an entire fucking video where I went off on defending Iron Man 3. Because, like, Iron Man 3 got kind of shit on when it came out, and then Batman v Superman came out, and everyone you kind of got to look back and be like, okay, I was a little hard on Iron Man 3. Like, it could have been worse. It could have been.
I really liked Iron Man 3 when it came out, too.
I love Iron Man 3. People hated the twist.
I liked what they did with Mandarin a lot, actually, because I didn't expect them to ever go the cosmic or magic route. So I really thought, like, okay, this is the closest we're going to get. Like, I don't care if they didn't do it right.
Did you see the short, though? There's a short that they released.
Yeah.
That
afterwards.
Right, but I mean, because remember, in Iron Man 1, the terrorist group that he was abducted by was the Ten Rings, which was the Mandarin's group. So I mean, like, there's a lot of connections that the Mandarin could still at some point come back. Maybe not. Depends on the whole what happens with Iron Man post Endgame.
Good, for sure.
But and that's what I like that they did about it. The fact that they did leave it like, here's a reference and here's some references for those that get it. But we might bring it back. It just depends, because again, that's the whole weird thing about
maybe
movies and productions and time slots, and it can be problematic. So here's something that's apropos of nothing. So there's a new taco stand
Nice.
that I started going to, and it is a taco stand run by this not much older, but an older Mexican woman. She has to be like maybe 50, no older than 60. And she runs it with her daughter, and sometimes her other daughter. So like, okay. I had seen it pop up, and I'm like, I'm gonna need to try that out. You know, you ever see something that you're like, I gotta try it out at least once. It is amazing. I was blown away by this taco stand, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And like one of the girls, one of the daughters, was cute as hell, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, I want to come back like all the time now. But then I found that she only sometimes helps. It's her sister that helps out more, and I'm just all like, "Ah." Like, yeah, but I don't want to be rude, but like, your sister was cuter though. That's why I wanted to come back more. Like, it's kind of
don't do that.
No.
It's not gonna work out as well as you hope it is.
I know.
I promise you.
Oh, this guy's a real dick. Like, I don't know if you want to talk to him. He's an asshole. No, but the food there was amazing. Like, it's pretty basic, like Mexican food, but like, you could definitely have this because you can sit there and talk to the woman who's cooking, and you're like, holy crap, this is just like if this is home cooked fucking food all day. And I will never not hype up a place that makes it feel like, someone who gave a shit made this food. Like, it's so good. And I'm ready for it. I'm here for it. But there was a great I'm sorry to loop back around. Because of what happened in the Star Wars teaser, you know what the best picture I saw was? It's the Star Wars logo, especially that one because it's blue. You know, they have the Star Wars logo, and instead of it being Rise of the Skywalker, whatever, it just says the Emperor's New Groove.
Ooh.
And I feel like it's a shame because like they're bringing it back. That could have been the greatest reveal in the movie. To like, don't say anything. Don't have him be part of the press tour.
That's what I'm most upset about. Is if you're gonna do it, don't reveal that shit in the teaser.
It's so early on. Like, I'm wondering if they were trying to win good faith, like goodwill, like early before like it gets like completely shit on. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. I'm just not happy about it. I hope it ends up being good, but I don't have.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I totally get that. I'm just
See.
kind of like, I'm just kind of sad because
Yeah.
I'm sad because I want it to be great. I want it to be
Make Star Wars great again.
make Star Wars great again. I want it to be a good movie. I at least wanted to wrap up all
most
the
people
bullshit from no, dude. There's a because again. So now to go back into the reaction videos things, that is still a thing for every fucking trailer, and Star Wars especially. And if you want to go look for trailer reactions, Star Wars has like a shit ton, and some of them are so fucking long. Like there was one that was like 17 minutes, and it's like, okay, I get discussing it afterwards, but even then,
What is there to really discuss?
what's there to discuss really, other than like, oh, Palpatine might be back? Shit, like the name's kind of dumb, and
Name seems dumb currently.
right, currently it seems retarded. It's like, why would you do that? Couldn't you have like put some more?
Especially when we had an entire movie about telling us, oh, the whole bloodline stuff.
Right.
Important.
And then we have this idea
the way-
that the Knights of Ren are going to be in it. Like, okay. And then no one's ever truly dead. And then we're going to find out more about, like, who she is. And it's like, so are we going back to... Because, again, The Last Jedi subverting expectations of, like, by the way, you're nobody. Oh, sorry to disappoint you. Are we going to come back now and be like, oh, yeah, I guess you're the Emperor's daughter or granddaughter, great-granddaughter? Are we going to make a connection there? Or... Are Kylo Ren and Rey related in some way? Like, where?
You know what? I'll be okay with it if it turns out that Rey is actually a Palpatine clone attempt, and what he's done is he's created a Palpatine clone. And
Pause for a second. Pause for a second.
Because she's Shmi Skywalker.
Pause for a second. Things dropped.
Wait.
Things dropped, and I didn't have you there for a little bit.
Okay.
Like, I didn't hear a single thing. It was all robot for me.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's what we hear from you normally. So I'm glad that's me.
But I think it might have been on my end. Either way. Say that again. You'd be okay with what?
All right. So here's how it works. Rey is actually a Palpatine clone. He is created so that he can then impregnate using the Force and send back in time to be Anakin Skywalker's mother, Shmi. That's the only way I'm going to accept it. Like, nothing else makes enough sense or not enough sense to be enjoyable.
Okay, so...
Rey is actually a Palpatine clone.
Okay.
Intervent because it's 2019. Who he's going to impregnate with the Force and send back in time to be Shmi Skywalker's mother.
You remember Shmi Skywalker? She's from episode 1 and 2 where she gets killed. Anakin's mother. She was impregnated without a man. And it's implied that Palpatine's the one that impregnated her. And so what he's saying that the twist is that Rey is actually Shmi. And even though she's this powerful, badass Force user, she gets sent back in time and says, fuck it, I'll be a slave.
Yeah.
Because
I don't want a better future for my son.
Because fuck it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, doesn't she mention Anakin's father?
No.
No.
Because
explicitly that he doesn't have a father.
Oh.
It was one of those things that he was an immaculate
It's
conception.
been a while since I've seen episode 1.
For fucking good reason. So Liam Neeson's talking to Shmi, and he's basically asking about her, and she's like, there isn't one. And so it's implied that because of the whole midichlorians thing, like, because he's the chosen one, he's the one that was prophesied, like, that she gave immaculate conceptual birth to Anakin Skywalker, so he could bring balance to the Force. The Force birthed him
True.
So that he can murder a bunch of kids.
so he can fucking murder children.
Hmm. That's the idea.
That's actually how the prequel trilogy, that for some reason gets defended,
This is what the
goes.
prequel trilogy actually believe.
This is the philosophy of the prequel trilogy. Fuck you, there's midichlorians, and fuck you, he's Jesus, but he's gonna kill kids. Okay, he's edgy Jesus. He's edgy Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculousness, dude.
Edgerton Jesus.
His what was that guy's name? Edgerton?
Edgerton James is what I was thinking of.
Oh no, it's about Edgerton. Joel Edgerton, the guy who played the orc in Bright.
Oh, right. That's true.
I just wanted to say
truth.
I just wanted to say Edgerton.
It's a good
Oh
name.
shit, Phot. You gotta have that mute button on fucking standby. But yeah, like this week was like I wish there was other things happening, but it was just like trailer. Like holy crap! Although there was a bunch
of shit thrown at us real quick.
There was a bunch of movies that came out this week, or coming out this weekend. That's pretty crazy, but at the same time, there's no way we could have Hellboy, Little, Missing Link, The Haunting of Sharon Tate, which I don't never even heard of The Haunting of Sharon Tate. Is that actually a movie that just came out today? I guess so.
Not really sure.
The Haunting of Sharon. I've never even heard of it. Like that. Hilary Duff's in it. Hilary Duff is Sharon Tate, and she's the one haunted.
Girl's gotta work, I guess.
I mean, Hilary Duff seems like the only person that's completely unaffected by the Disney stardom.
Well, yeah, that happens if you're completely not at all relevant anymore.
I think she stepped away. Like I think it's one of those things where I think after Cadet Kelly and like Lizzie McGuire, I don't think that she. Yeah, I don't think that it's a. I don't know. That's actually a fucking good question. Like, was
who are we talking about?
we're talking about Hilary Duff right now because we're talking about all the movies that have come out like this week or like relatively soon. But let's see, 2001, 2004 was Lizzie McGuire. The Lizzie McGuire movie was 2003. Agent Cody Banks was 2003. Cheaper by the Dozen 03. A Cinderella Story 04. A Cheaper by the Dozen 2 05. Material Girls 06. War Inc. 2008. According to Greta 2009. And so she apparently, since 2015, she has starred as Kelsey Peters on TV Land comedy drama series Younger, for which she received nominations for People's Choice Awards in 2016 and 2017. So there was like nothing between 2009 and 2015. So there was a solid 6 years where she just seemed to just kind of step back. And that's when I think she had her kid. Or kids. She has 2 kids.
Didn't know that either.
I knew that because she was on a daytime talk show when I went to the doctor one time. And I was like, oh, look, she looks really good. And she looked like she was having a really good time. She looked so well balanced. And yeah, I'm not like she looked good because she did look good. She still looks good.
Oh, no, I mean, you were just watching it at the doctor's office, sure.
It makes sense, right? Like, where else am I going to watch daytime fucking TV?
That's true.
Like, I'm not going to sit there and be like, woohoo, what's on? What's on?
Fox News!
Like, what are they cooking today? What guest chef did they bring? Because they brought Hilary Duff to cook something, by the way. Like,
oh.
So she was there as a guest, and she was there, like, cooking, whipping shit up in the kitchen.
That might be problematic, I'm not sure.
I don't know. But then, apparently, since according
Bring
to
on a female guest, make her cook.
Oh, I think it was more in the context of her cooking stuff for her kids. Like, what do you whip up? You don't gotta fucking attach problematic bullshit to everything.
I just see it, man. It's not my fault.
Oh, I see a woman. Don't make her
If
cook.
you don't like it,
Don't-
change the system.
Don't make her cook, dude.
You didn't have to make that decision. You chose that. Just saying.
It totally did. But then The Haunting of Sharon Tate is the first movie in 10 years. Despite,
Wow.
but we have the show, that show apparently that she's on TV Land.
Right.
Which is
Is that still a
which is
TV
cool.
channel or is that a web thing now?
I don't know. But
Either.
here's something I didn't know. Remember she was with Aaron Carter for a little bit back in the day, but that was the thing. Which is, and then she was also with Joel Madden. I didn't know that, the vocalist in Good Charlotte. Didn't know that. But she is married to was married to former professional hockey player Mike Comrie from 2010 to 2016, with whom she shares a son. Huh. Which now begs the question: what about her other kid? Not that it matters, but like, I'm curious. I'm curious. No, you want to know? You want to know problematic about Hillary Duff? Check this out. You want to hear about problematic? Girl, you want to talk? We're gonna be like those daytime talk shows, okay?
Spill the tea.
Sip it. Duff created media attention in Halloween of 2015 due to the costumes she and ex-boyfriend Jason Walsh wore to a party. Duff and Walsh wore a pilgrim and Native American costume, respectively, drawing criticism from online, with some social media users accusing them of cultural appropriation. Duff's act happened around the same time the Dakota Access Pipeline issue arose. Following the backlash, both Duff and Walsh posted apology messages on their Twitter and Instagram accounts, respectively. The pair would later separate November 2016.
Big oof.
Luckily, Duff was the pilgrim. Like, because I guess she's just kind of like going back to my roots. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know her lineage, but yeah, he's the one in the costume, and he has a headdress on. He has the leather, long sleeve leather with the frills, and red face paint over his eyes like that, like a band. So he's definitely the one that was more problematic, I feel.
Like, if you told me it was his idea and he just insisted, it would kind of make sense.
I mean, I don't know, but
Oof.
I can hear the other argument though. Oh, so is Thanksgiving offensive? Yeah. I don't know if you know this, but it kinda is. Like, it's kinda shit.
As a matter of fact, it does kind of have some problems.
Actually, yeah, there's a bit of an issue here. If you don't know history, or if you do know history, there's a bit of an issue. And I don't know. It's just so hard whenever you start as it's such a weird thing. The backlash between becoming more culturally aware and being more socially aware, you then get like the backlash of you're branded SJW, and then you're piling on of being overly politically correct, and like, oh, you're kowtowing to this agenda or that agenda, and it's like, I don't think there's a problem with anybody realizing that what you do might bother people in a very generalized sense, and be okay with not doing that anymore. Like, I know I'm still working on quite a bit of things that I have ingrained in me for years and years. That, like, it's one of those things where you gotta work on it.
You do. You have to actively work on it.
You have to actively work on changing that behavior. Like, I know Phot's the worst one. That's why he keeps his mouth shut most of the time.
What?
Exactly. Thank you, Phot, for being part of the conversation.
Well done.
I mean,
well done.
I don't know. It sucks.
Phot is problematic.
Hot take
Well,
on
it is very
racism. It
problematic.
sucks.
Just put that on a shirt. Put my face on there. Yeah, it sucks. It's very problematic.
No, I'm gonna put your face on a shirt and it's just gonna say what? Like,
with my broken headset over.
you need to get your shit fixed, Phot. Get a goddamn another one.
Get your shit together.
Like, you
Throw
look,
a little backpack.
you look like a broke DJ. Like, it looks like you wanted to get into Coachella, but they're definitely not, they're not even letting you in because you don't have a ticket to even get in. So you're the guy outside going like, "Want to hear my set? I'm gonna play it from the back of my car. Like, come on by. I got myself a little TV dinner tray, and that's where my DJ booth's at. Like, stop by. Tag me on Instagram. Hit me up with them selfies. Call me DJ.
I mean, I already told you. I want to go and get this fixed.
Uh-huh. But you send it in, right?
But I need to send it in, and before I send it in, I'm going to buy a different pair of headphones just so I can have them in the meantime.
Just get a bit of $20 cheapos, dude. That's it. Tie you over. You have no idea how long those motherfuckers last, and they last.
I know I've had them, the Sony headsets.
Like with me,
$20 Sony headsets.
the cheapo headsets last forever. The expensive ones seem to fucking break immediately.
I don't know. I've had the Steel series for like
I don't know. I've had these for
a year and a
3 years.
half.
I'm just saying, that's just the typical thing that ends up happening.
You just gotta go for quality, man.
You gotta go for broke.
Go for broke.
Oh, anyway, I don't know, but what like, Phot, you got anything? What you got? What's happened with you? You see anything?
What I wanted to talk about last week, it's not really that much of a issue anymore because he's been caught. But for like 2 weeks around here where I was living in Southgate, we had a guy just run around with like
The slasher?
the slasher just walk around and just slash people in the faces on the streets of Southgate.
Yeah, there was a guy riding a bike. That was the picture that I saw of him just riding a bike, and like what he would do is take a knife and just cut people in the face, and then like right off.
Shit, you get fucking shot around.
Yeah, he was apparently he was a 19-year-old.
19-year-old
And,
what? Say that again.
19-year-old just homeless.
Oh, that's
Dude,
that sucks.
he had recently been arrested for arson, and I think I know what.
And they just let him off?
I think I know the incident. No, he was on. I guess he was on bail.
I mean, what, you put him on house arrest? You get where that's a little.
But I don't know. It's weird because he's homeless. I don't know.
Nick, he's under house arrest. They got him. Hashtag,
They did it.
They did it.
They saved the neighborhood. Great.
I don't know, but for a while it was just like, oh yeah, don't go out alone in the morning or once the sun goes down because you don't want to get stabbed in the face.
It's weird how one guy on a bike with a knife can make the police come out and be like, don't go out at night. It's like, how about you just have some cops around here, dude? Like, what the fuck? Like,
The cops were all over the place when this started getting a lot of attention.
And couldn't find the guy on the bicycle. Knife.
I don't even think it was a knife. It was just like a box cutter.
Oof.
So he was just running around and he'll just like
Gruesome.
just swipe at you and then just get on his bike and just right away.
I saw that because someone else that I know that lives in L.A. Shout out to Cricks, Cricket Lee. You're one of my favorites. She posted that shit, and I was like, "What the hell?" And it said Southgate, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's where Phot's at." I'm like, "Oh god."
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that last week, but then my computer crashed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we were gonna talk about your computer last week.
What did happen?
What the fuck?
I found out what the problem was. Audio drivers. I don't know why. There was a large. I don't know, like a very loud. Yeah.
No. I'm pointing at Nick. Nick's reaction was fucking perfect.
Like, really? That's what got you?
Like,
Audio drivers?
I'm
You
thinking
can't just
that's what
fucking
happened.
update your drivers? Come on, man.
I think that's what happened because I went back and I just updated everything that was on MI's website, and I haven't had a problem since.
Do I get to be our Stephen A. Smith? Come on, man!
please do. Oh,
I'm gonna say
God.
controversial shit. It's gonna be awesome.
I want to say controversial
But-
shit. I put milk first before the cereal. Like, why? Why would you say that?
I've done that before.
Why would you say something so controversial?
Why would you say something so bold yet so dangerous? Or what's the line? What's the line that he says?
So controversial yet so brave.
Oh.
No, I've done it before. Like, sometimes you got Captain Crunch. You don't want it to get too soggy too quick, so you just sprinkle some on top. Eat a couple of bites. Wait a minute. Sprinkle some more.
The
It's fine.
only time that I've done that is if I want a second bowl. So I just don't drink the milk, and I'm like,
That's true.
okay,
That's usually when I do
yeah.
I
that.
go
I've
back
done
and
that.
then fill it, and then like shove it in with a spoon, and pour a little more, shove it in with the spoon.
That's
Why?
fair. Yeah, that's usually when I do that.
But
That's
that's not my
You want
go-to.
to talk about weird? Lauren eats stuff out of tall cups. Like, she's eating cereal out of the cups you get at movie theaters that are way too big. They're like 40-something
It's
ounces.
not the weirdest thing I've heard.
It's not the weirdest thing, but she does it
I'm gonna say this.
every time. It's not like it's a thing that she
There's
does
another
occasionally.
one.
Thought.
Who-
Picks.
Phot.
Yeah.
Phot.
Yes.
You know what I'm about to say about people and Mexican culture and how we reuse that shit like there's no tomorrow. Tall cups, I'm here for it. Cause again, I've seen it. Like, that's fine. Like,
Doesn't bother me. I completely get it. It's not my thing.
I need to store beans. Get the Cool Whip container. Like, that's where you're putting that shit. Like,
Excuse me. In my culture, it's country crock.
oh.
No, seriously. Ask white Southerners. Every one of them stored some sort of casserole, pasta, or something in a country crock tub. Every one of them, 100%.
Oh my god, what the hell is...
It is a universal experience for white culture.
But
that is white culture. Storing leftovers in country crock Tupperware.
it's definitely one of those things where you can find some semblance of it. So like hearing that Lauren does that, okay. It's a bit, you know, like you're at a point in your life that I think that you don't have to do it anymore. So like
No, she just likes it. It's not like she does it because there's not enough.
she just said, I prefer it, don't spill, easier to drink the milk afterwards. I would agree with you if we're eating fucking Cocoa Pebbles, all right? Like, if we're turning that shit to chocolate milk, yeah, leave me a cup of that shit, all right?
The thing is, she doesn't drink the milk after. She gives it to me.
But if it's like Lucky Charms, that's kind of weird.
Yeah,
But
if it's Oops All Berries, I'm a little weird. Like, really? Count Chocula? Anything that makes the chocolate milk. Give me fucking Count Chocula, sure. But, like, regular milk? I don't know, dude.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, too, because cinnamon sugar milk is not bad either. It's just horchata, basically.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that one. Okay, question. So since chat's talking about tacos now, do you prefer hard shell, soft tacos, or puffy tacos?
puffy.
Oh, puffy, a fried soft shell.
Essentially,
Yeah.
it's where it's not. Phot seems confused, but like puffy tacos
like a
No, that's the only way to do it, man. You
It's
fry
the
a soft
in-between.
taco shell.
It's the
Perfect.
in between. It's the in between. You don't, because it's the same exact thing, except for you don't fry it all the way to make it a hard taco.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You leave it soft. It has a little bit of.
It's got a little bit of a crunch to it.
It's crunchy, but it still has give, so it won't.
Yeah,
fall.
it needs to have the
Yeah,
give that
okay.
you can still roll it,
I've had it.
but like
Yeah,
it's
no,
not it's not a traditional.
That is how tacos were meant to be. That is the right way to do it.
I mean, because there's also corn. Because there's also the way the corn, the mini tacos.
Yeah.
Mini tacos. So I mean, like, so there's the four ways, like soft taco, the mini corn taco, hard shell, puffy. Like, essentially a pita taco. Yeah.
Yeah.
In essence. So Phot,
That's the right way to do it, though.
What's your preference?
I've had all of them. I don't know, soft, because that's usually what I tend to get. Just the corn taco, warm it up a little, and just.
Oh, so you go corn, not flour soft.
No, flour soft is weird.
Hmm. Wow. See, now I'm a flour soft person.
I mean,
myself.
I've had it from like Taco Bell, but yeah.
How dare you bring? We're talking about tacos.
Wait. So what is Mexican food in California?
Oh, okay. So here's an interesting thing.
Different regions.
It's kind of like the difference between East Coast and West Coast. It's the same thing out of Mexico. What you get in like Tex-Mex, the Texas border area, it's not the same thing you get in the California border area.
Right. Well, that's what I'm asking, because I've had Southwestern Mexican food.
Oh, true, and that's its own thing.
Utah, Nevada, and then I've had Southeastern Mexican food, which is very different from that too. Here in Alabama. So I'm really curious.
You definitely should try it out. I will say this.
Well, I'll be in San Diego next year, so.
Are you gonna come to TwitchCon then this year? In September? Be there in September?
With what money? Like, I'm gonna be in San Diego next year because that's when our fucking convention's gonna.
Oh yeah.
So.
I might be there because I can drive.
Should be.
I might be there just for lulz, because I'm going in September for TwitchCon.
It'll be why I think.
I think that Kingers in the chat is a full of shit. He just said Taco Bell has the best tacos, and
that is incorrect. The taco truck at the gas station just across the street from here.
The taco truck near on. For anyone who's in West Texas listening to this, if you're in the Odessa Midland area, you head to exit 128, 1788. The road 1788, exit 128, and 127. You go to that intersection. The little taco truck just got put there. Go there, talk to the woman who cooks it. She's gonna make it. She's gonna smile. You're gonna be like, oh, I feel so warm. Make me home cooked meal. Get them quesadillas with the carne asada. It is amazing. Anyway, California Mexican food inches out, I believe, this the eastern side. I'll say that it is probably the best that I've had. There's a specific place in Mexicali. It's just across the border. Because again, there's kind of like the way El Paso and Juarez is like, it's basically one city split by the border. You have Calexico and Mexicali, split by the border,
right?
And so, I was born near there in the Imperial Valley area. There's a place in Mexicali that every time we go to California, we don't just go and eat. We can just go and eat tacos there if we want to. But they have to go, and you can get like a little do-it-yourself like plates. So it's like a plate that's filled with nothing but the meat, and then they give you like a stack of tortillas. And here you go. Here's it. We buy like 5 of those motherfuckers, put them in an ice chest, and bring them with us so we can have them for like the next couple weeks. Because that's how good it is. That like when I go down to San Diego for TwitchCon, I'm gonna have family members go over there. I'm not gonna go over there. I'm gonna have family members go over across the border, get a crap, maybe like $100 worth of tacos, maybe $150 worth of tacos. That way, when they bring them back over, all the people that are coming with us to TwitchCon for the with the guild for the guild vacation, I'm gonna share with them quite a few of those tacos. So I'm gonna be like, here's where again, someone's from Ohio, someone's from Pennsylvania,
Just
someone,
people
yeah,
who've never had like authentic.
these white people who again, just like Kinkers and Chad is all like, Taco Bell's amazing. If you had these tacos, you're gonna be like, holy crap, and just like in your mouth, in your mouth. It's so good.
That's like saying that the McRib is a good barbecue pork sandwich. Like, no.
You're just not.
No.
You're just incorrect.
Like, I'm so glad I'm not bought into that hype because people get all like weird about it. I'm like, dude, I can get a pound of pulled pork from 6 different places within a mile of here.
I was gonna say
Twice as
like,
good.
You live near like barbecue, or you are like in barbecue country. It's like,
Oh yeah.
and here's the thing, like Texas is so big. It just like Texas tacos, and just like Mexican tacos, like each region has its own issue. Like there's a big debate. Again, I talked about it on the podcast, and it's like episode 5 of the podcast, because I just uploaded it to Anchor and all the other things. There's a discussion. What's the best taco? Is it the West Texas region, the Central Texas region, the South Texas, North Texas, or East Texas? There's 5, maybe 6, because you can see South Texas plus the Rio Grande Valley is its own thing. There's 6 different regions, and they all say they have the best tacos, and it's a fucking fight. And there's food critics that come from all over the fucking world to judge Texas tacos from the different regions to see how it goes, and they rank them. Like there's articles and there's debate, like, and people will fucking like kind of yell at each other. Oh yeah, they get a little snappy about it. They're kind of like, oh well, you've clearly never been to this particular taco stand in San Antonio. Oh yeah, well you haven't been to this particular authentic place in Austin. It's like, well fuck you, you've never been to the Rio Grande Valley. And I'm just like, holy fuck, just eat the tacos, my dudes. Like, just eat the tacos.
See, that's kind of how it ends up being in Birmingham, except that so many different barbecue options and so many different places doing it. They'll end up having like an opinion on each part of the meal from each place. So like it'll be, you know, the pulled pork from Golden Rule Barbecue and the sauce from Johnny Ray's, the banana pudding from Dreamland. You know, it just starts getting like crazy from there.
No, I get that. I know LA has to be the same way. LA has to be the same way with particular food types. Like, I don't know, Phot doesn't eat anything, which I don't believe that for a fucking second. Like, rude.
Food trucks.
I'm here talking about food because
down to like, there's so many different food trucks here that to try to judge and rank every single one of them.
Well, it's kind of like it's kind of like New York and Chicago. They talk about what's the best pizza. In Philadelphia, what's the best cheesesteak place. Like LA has like food trucks, but then it's kind of like, okay, who has the best artisan thing here and there? And it's like, who cares?
Who has the best vegan meat substitute food truck?
Jersey has dank cheesesteaks. You know, I have heard that. But Jersey smells as an entire state.
Jersey's the worst place I've ever been in. No, that's not true. Second worst place I've ever been in my life.
I've driven through Jersey once. I never want to go through there again.
Awful.
Yeah, I mean, they could have the best cheese steaks, and I'd still not want to go there because this is smelly. Look at that, and then we can't mess with the Philly cheesesteak. Fuck Jersey. I mean, you don't even need to worry about the Philly cheesesteak. Just fuck Jersey. No, you're right. Like that's like get out of here with that trash. I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it.
What have we started?
Well, because
they're not even talking about the state. They're talking about the fucking sandwich place, Jersey Mike's. Like fuck that. Fuck all sandwiches. Fuck Subway.
We're talking about tacos.
Fuck Quiznos. Fuck. Give me more sandwich places, guys.
Subway.
Subway.
Firehouse subs.
Fuck Firehouse. Fuck Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's the other one.
We got Quiznos like 3 times, dude. Do you just
I
hate
know.
Quiznos?
How much do you hate? Do you hate? Okay, do you remember that commercial? You remember that commercial? No, eat Quiznos subs.
I fucking knew. I forgot about that one.
Oh my god.
Oh, shut up.
I forgot.
Yeah, no, their tolls are fucking crazy. You can't pump your own gas. Fuck everything about Jersey.
You can't wait. You can't. Like I thought it was.
No.
There's no self-serve stations.
No.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oregon was the only one other than that. They fixed
They
that
recently changed it.
Well, that's
Yeah,
because
so
that's
it's
because
just Jersey now.
it's only
And
because
it might be because people from New Jersey can't actually figure it out.
I
Hot
think
take.
it was because the reason why Oregon changed it is because people in the rural areas were like, that's unreasonable.
Well, the whole point was to try and increase jobs.
Which I understand, but you're creating a
Do
career
you?
path. I do.
Like we don't have jobs for blacksmiths either because we don't need those the same way we used to.
My roommates in college didn't know how to pump gas. That's unfortunate as fuck, dude.
Hey,
That is unfortunate. But you understand. But again, it's one of those things where I understand they're wanting to. Like, it's one of those things where they have it's a point of pride. Like it's not this job isn't beneath. Blah blah, blah whatever. But I don't know. I feel like
that job is beneath you because it's just a chore for everybody else. Like it's not even a chore. It's just part of a thing you have to do sometimes.
Well, I mean, like, what do you think about people who wash cars?
Like that's the thing people don't have the skills for. Like some people just don't have the ability to actually wash their own. Like Lauren could not wash her own very easily because she's just too short to reach half of it. Like nothing personal, it'd just be hard for her. So like,
Well,
she's height challenged to clean her own car.
she is like it's not her fault. Like she couldn't take the top, off and back on the Jeep alone either. Like it just can't happen. So no big deal. It just that's one thing I'm lucky about. I don't have to worry about shit like that. I am super tall.
Being tall rocks.
Being tall does rock, except for all the the joint
size,
pains and having to reach tall stuff for people because they aren't tall.
I'm
Not fitting anywhere, especially on planes. I have to pay like an extra $40 just to get Comfort Plus because I don't fit in normal fucking steerage.
Oh yeah, okay. So there's the pros and cons,
God
right?
damn.
And the pros, the pros and cons, the prawns. No, the cons to being tall are mainly cost because you have to get to a place that accommodates for you to have a better seat on the plane, so you don't sit there and hate yourself and hate the entire experience.
No, I'll still hate myself in the entire experience. It will just be actually tolerable. Like I won't walk out of there with a limp.
But
because my knee has been jammed at a weird angle.
Okay, but if you're at a station in your life where, like, a business class or anything higher is like not a big deal for you, like the entire experience is no longer that big of a deal. But if you have to nonstop be in economy class, it sucks. So like it's a tax. It's a tax on being tall for comfort.
Yeah, right. I'm at Comfort Plus. I'm not business class quite yet, but man, I'm close. I'm at the executive level.
It'd be cool to get first class flights like around the world and stuff like and not care, but it's kind of like okay, vehicles. I can't. When I see people go like, oh man, it'd be really cool if I got I want to get that new Dodge Charger or the new Camaro. I'm just like any car that comes up to like my hip, I'm not gonna get in that fucking thing.
Right. No, like
I'm not buying it.
I would be fine if my Jeep were lifted another inch or two.
Yeah, it's kind of like I have to get a car or a vehicle that I can get in and scoot back far enough, maybe even lean back a little bit, so I can then reach the steering wheel comfortably without it being right here. I don't like driving like this because like turning is a problem. Like all this is a problem. Like I need to have some space.
I've considered trying to move my seat a couple inches just to give me a little bit more room. Because as it is, my knee is just kind of jammed up against the dashboard, but not uncomfortably so all the time.
Yeah, that's how I am with my car, but it doesn't bug me too much.
What do you drive?
Mazda 3.
Oh. Okay.
How tall are you?
5'10". Is that even a thing?
He's not Mort size, but he's tallish.
Oh no, dude.
Yeah.
What year?
5'10", and then Nick up here at 6 foot.
I'm
6'2".
I'm 6'1", so it's kind of like Nick and I would be like this, and
then
then
I would be
you're
like
down
all the way
here.
down
Like
here.
it's gonna be like the way that they picture. It's only a couple inches difference,
Hey,
but you are
you
going to look like a
guys-
midget.
You guys want to see where Lauren's at on me?
Yes.
Like about here.
she's about here.
Not even a joke. Right about like just. barely-
I'm just saying the way it looks on camera right now. It's like, oh yeah, she's about right here. She's about right here. She's about right here. I'm like,
No,
oh.
really, like she comes up to about like here on me, which is really difficult. Really difficult.
That's crazy.
We get by.
You gotta. But again, that's pretty much a fucking benefit. Like
Yeah,
you can
like,
get in a small car.
Tall dude, bro.
You can get in a small car and not have to. You can adjust the seat to be like, oh, I'm gonna go a little closer today, whatever. If I don't have a car that at max leaves me comfortable, I'm just gonna be uncomfortable, and that's it. Oh, I have to now move up a little bit, and because someone's gonna be in the back seat. Because another thing that I don't like, another thing I absolutely hate. Hate's a strong word. I find it extremely fucking selfish if you get a 2-person car. If you get a car that does not allow at least a second passenger, Jeeps don't count because at least you can sit on the back. You can take that shit to the beach and no one's gonna care.
There is like a half bench back there.
Yeah, it's not the same thing because you can have that. That's an optional thing. But if you were to get like a Corvette, if you're like, oh guys, let's go to the movies, you're taking one person to that fucking movie. Either you have no friends, or not enough friends to do shit with, or you're just selfish.
Yeah, I've never understood the appeal of like 2-seaters.
The appeal of 2-seaters is to make it clear to everybody around you that you don't have kids. I don't have them. I don't want them. Fuck them. I have all of my money. Double income, no kids. Dink for life.
And I can totally get that as like a show, but like even then, like I liked having a back seat. I liked having extra space, storage capacity. Like people were kind of like, "Oh, would you drive a minivan?" Yes. Why would what's with your hang up on what you drive? I drove a PT Cruiser. You think I'm not gonna drive a badass minivan? Like minivans are pretty fucking badass, dude. Like some of the new ones are so fucking like luxurious. Holy fuck, dude. They're basically APCs at this point. Like they're fucking ridiculous. Like, oh, what do you want? Like, well, I got like the rocket launchers and the guns, and like I still have 3 people back there, and don't worry, all the pool supplies are back there, and there's food. Nah, dude, like, come on. I mean, now I drive a truck. I Dodge a Dodge 1500. It had to be a 4-door. It had to be a 4-door. Had to have seats in the back. Had to have room to take people. I'm not going to be that guy who's like, well, look at my 2-door truck.
I felt that way at one point. Because I had a Ford Explorer Sport Track, so a 4-door with a 2/3 bed. And I really liked it at the time, but like people just kind of took advantage of it. People wanted me to do stuff for them all the time. Move this, help with that, whatever. Like with the Jeep, I could pretty much move anything I need to, but nobody asked me to move anything. Nobody asked me to help them ferry somebody somewhere. I don't get asked for rides. Like,
Oh, Phot gets asked for rides all the fucking time, but he doesn't know how to say no. Like that, you don't say no to people when they're like, "Oh, I need to go to work." Like, well, figure it the fuck out, dickhead.
Because I don't say no to Chris.
Yeah, tell him to figure it the fuck out. He works the same place. Get your own fucking car, dude. That's right. I'm calling you out, Chris. Fuck you. Like, I doubt you'll listen to this. Go fuck yourself. Like,
I've told him to listen in, but he's getting ready
if he does.
right now. Guess what I have to go do right now?
You gotta give him a ride here a little bit?
Upset.
In like 20 minutes.
Oh no, dude. That's
well, he's paying for my gas right now, so.
See, that's fine. A quid pro quo is fine.
Yeah, but
like
he uses him
literally
like an
in
Uber.
American law, it's illegal to have a contract in which one party doesn't get something out of it. You can't sign a contract where you just give shit away freely and get nothing in return. It's illegal. You have to get something back. So just like
just sounds like slavery.
with extra steps.
What you need to do is just tell him, okay, what are they gonna give you for gas? $10?
Oh, he last time he gave me,
Like
he
20?
filled up my tank, which was halfway,
Which was how much? I don't.
Okay.
which was like $16. Just gas is
Okay, he could just
expensive at
get
the
a
moment.
fucking Uber. Like for that money, he could get an Uber and get it back. No big deal. That's it. And leave you to have your own time, not have to go get him. Come on, dude. Like, guess what? You're in LA, dude. Ride sharing's a thing. Like, you're good to go. That service is available. I mean, but
It's a thing in Birmingham. It's a thing everywhere.
that's
We're
not
the
true.
last to adopt.
That's not entirely
not true.
In
There's
some
a lot
places,
of
it's still a very gray area.
like around here. It's kind of like they kicked. Holy shit! They kicked Uber out for a while, and then all the third party ride sharing, not necessarily ride sharing, but like delivery services things. Holy shit! Your cousins are or whatever.
Yeah, they're all playing Smash Brothers right now. I've closed that door in the hallway in my room, but they keep opening it.
And you tell them shut off. No, it's just one of those things where
It's Friday too, so
you need
there's
to
gonna
you need to tell them to or you need to tell Chris to get his own fucking vehicle, dude. Like
you know, he doesn't even have a driver's license. He's been like bugging me about teaching him how to drive.
he doesn't have what? Say that again.
He doesn't have a driver's license.
Okay, so yeah, get an Uber, dude. Sorry. Like if you're gonna be, because again, kind of like earlier we heard about someone not knowing how to pump their own gas. I know a lot of people who are from New York who've never driven, never learned how to drive, don't know what the fuck driving is like, because they've always had public transportation. They've always had the option to take the train, to take the bus, to take a taxi, and not everyone has that luxury. I say luxury, but like if you live in Texas, you driving.
It kind of is.
It is. It is luxury.
It's a real problem in Birmingham because they can't afford cars yet, and we don't have a solution for it. We just don't fix it.
It cut off there for a second, but you're right. You're 100% right. It's the same thing in Texas. You don't have that luxury to. Nothing's close enough to walk. There's no public transportation anywhere. And if there is, it's coming twice a day. And at the beginning of a regular workday and at the end of a regular workday. You're not going anywhere in the middle of the day. And then if you are going somewhere, you're not coming right the fuck back. Like, there's none of that.
Yeah, no, the city of Birmingham released a survey, a map thing that showed that there are, I think, 4 actual grocery stores within the city limits of Birmingham. Everything else is a Dollar General, only processed foods and really low quality food.
Yikes.
Like we live in an entire food desert here in the middle of Birmingham, the most populated city in the state. It's awful, really bad, and not a lot we can do about it currently. Nobody really cares yet. So.
I mean, I hate to be like cynical, but it is a matter. It's just a matter of caring. It is really a matter of like no one gives a shit to improve it. Kind of like where I grew up down in South Texas. The town I grew up in is only kept alive because of the Celanese plant that's there, and Celanese is a German company that they make ibuprofen and all sorts of. They do a lot of shit there, but so that facility kind of keeps that city alive. And if that place ever like up and left, which it probably never will, like I don't think the economy will ever get bad enough to where that happens. But
Right.
it's slowed down and they've downsized, and you can definitely tell in how people invest in the infrastructure of that city, like where certain things are improved, not improved. Private business will go, because where we're at, here's the county line, here's Bishop, and then you go 6 miles down the road, here's Kingsville. Kingsville is much bigger. It has a university. It's owned by the Kings and the King Ranch, and it has all like there's money to be made. There's money to be put in. It has Naval Air Station Kingsville, so the Navy's there. So they put money into it. They improve their infrastructure and stuff. So if you're gonna build a business, are you gonna build it across the county line in a place that is only supported by that one business, or are you going to go to the place that is supported by the King Ranch and supported by the Naval Air Station? You're going to go there. And then if you're not going to go there, okay, you're going to go 30 miles now over here. You're going to pass small little towns like Robstown and Driscoll, which are little, like, and Petronila. You're going to pass those small towns up for nothing. Go 30 miles, and you're in Corpus Christi. So where are you going to open up? In Corpus Christi, where it has the port of Corpus Christi, where it was the birthplace of Selena. It has the USS Lexington. It has, like, where are you going? You're not going to go to Bishop. You're not going to go to Driscoll. These are very, not necessarily underserved, but they're definitely like underserved in a lot of ways, these communities. But they're lucky enough that they're so adjacent to things, to actual things, that it's not as big of a deal. Like, and I feel like I saw that map that you had shown at Birmingham where I'm kind of like, Jesus.
Yeah, it's really bad.
It's really bad. I feel like you guys might not have that same level of opportunity because, like, there's no port of Corpus Christi. There's no, like, naval air. This is all 30-minute drive. 30-minute drive, you're in Corpus. 30-minute drive back. 10-minute drive over here. There's a base. There's a university. Like, so, and then Corpus has its own university.
We are the big city. So
like, you guys
to draw to.
Right. Like, if you don't have more going in, that's it, dude. Like, you just need to drum it up yourselves in some way.
Problem. We lost a lot of our produce production when we decided to aggressively anti-immigration.
Yeah.
A lot of people bailed, and fruits and vegetables started running on the vine. So
yeah, it was
we have nothing but processed foods, and everybody's overly fat, and we're taking in more money from the government than we're giving, which is apparently okay with Alabamians now.
Apparently, that kind of socialism's fine.
Yeah, that's totally cool. So
socialism that benefits me. Fuck you. Is all I'm saying. But yeah, we kind of going over talking about food and shit. Like,
we need to wrap up because I'm fucking tired.
Yeah, I can get that. We can wrap this up and then I can go to the regular stream. Before we go though, I remember I wanted to send you this and I still plan to, but I wanted to take it out of the package to show you exactly how nice it is because we were talking about eye patches, remember? Mm-hmm. And I have this particular eye patch, and it is the Escape from New York Snake Plissken eye patch. And for audio, sorry, audio listeners, you're not gonna be able to see it unless you go see the video. But I'm gonna try this on because I want to see what the fuck it looks like on me. Just like
it's fucking perfect, guys.
There you go. We finally see.
Beautiful.
I don't give a shit about the president. I'm Snake Plissken. And then I'm gonna surf in the right. New York's the one. No, it was L.A. It was Escape from L.A.
L.A.'s the surf, yeah.
L.A. is the surfer one, where you have just the absolute worst. It's the worst graphics. It's the worst blue screen effect ever. Where he's just like this. I'm like, oh, that looks awful. But yeah, I just wanted something dumb to kind of end it on. But that's going to be it for the podcast. We talked about quite a bit. I would definitely avoid you in an alley.
Racist?
Like, that's what? Racism.
Jesus. Problematic.
That's problematic. You can't say that about me, that you'd avoid me in an alley.
You can say that about a white dude, but you can't say that about a brown dude.
I'm brown. You
gotta be careful.
All right. Anyway, what a stupid way to end this. But yeah, thanks for watching, and catch you guys next week, and hopefully you guys catch it on the audio podcast like that. Thanks, guys.
I love you all.